Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing a mukbang and a Q&A, so it's gonna be a little bit of both. I did want to go get Wingstop, and those are my favorite wings. That's my favorite thing to eat. Wingstop and pizza are my favorite type of food. So we're gonna be eating. I did get a Minute Maid lemonade. I also got some seasoned fries. They look like this, they're so yummy. And then I got some ranch. I got some baked rolls, which are so delicious. One is for me, one is for my husband, so don't think I'm golosa. But those are really, really good. I also got 6 wings. I got half Cajun, half mango habanero. These are so good. They're sweet, but they're spicy in the end. I don't know, I really like them. We're gonna start eating and answering some questions. I am a messy eater, so I do have napkins, so you might see me like cleaning myself a lot, so don't mind me. I do have some questions, so I'm using my phone to record the video, but I did write down the questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram and Snapchat, so I'll be answering that from the paper. So if you guys see a little paper flying, just ignore it. I'm just gonna start eating, and then throughout the eating I'll answer the questions. I like the flats rather than drums. I don't know, I just like these better than the drums. Be opening my ranch. I'm gonna be dipping it in. I also don't like eating my wings that much like this. I like to like kind of like tear them apart, which is kind of weird, but whatever. I'll try to eat them like this today. So I do have a dark lipstick, liquid lipstick. This is a Stila liquid lipstick. So if it comes off, don't mind me. That's my fault for eating with this lipstick, but yes. I'm gonna eat one wing and then I'll talk to you guys right now. What flavor wings do you guys like? I know a lot of people like the regular hot ones, but I like to try other flavors. So if you guys have any new suggestions, just let me know, because I love trying new foods. You will be seeing me clean my hands a lot, but like I said, I am a pretty messy eater. So first question is, what is your daily skin routine? My daily skin routine is, before going to bed, I like washing my face with a clear face wash. That one's really, really good for exfoliating your face. I also like to use the clear face moisturizer. That one's really good as well. It just hydrates your face without drying it out too much or making it too oily. I like to use those 2 combos. And then I always like to, I know it's not like skin, well, it kind of is, but I like to exfoliate my lips, and then I like to use a lip balm. That way it won't dry out my lips. I like to use the Mentha lip balm by Bath & Body Works. That one's a very great one if you guys are looking for one. And I like to keep it overnight. That way when I wake up, it leaves my lips very moisturized. Next question is, why are you so weird but cool? Karen. Why am I cool? Is that the question? I'm just kidding. So I'm weird because I'm just weird. I don't know why I'm weird. I don't know if it's a Pisces thing or I don't know, to be honest, but a lot of people think I'm weird in a good way, I guess you could say, because I think very differently from others. I know that sounds weird, but when I explain it to some of my friends or coworkers, they even look at me like, yeah, you're crazy. You're weird. So I don't know why I am like that, but at least you think I'm cool, so that's okay. Have you ever kissed a girl? I haven't. I kissed my mom, but not a girl. Not like that. I just kissed her like, hi, bye, you know. What are some goals that you have accomplished? Some goals that I have accomplished so far is creating my own YouTube channel. I know it sounds kind of like cliche, but that's one of the things that I've wanted to make in the longest time ever since I got into makeup. I thought I was never ever gonna do it because I just worry about what others think about me, which is stupid that I think about that because I shouldn't care, you know? I've accomplished going to school for a medical assistant. That's an accomplishment for me, you know, because that's getting me somewhere in the medical field. But I've also wanted to go back to school for surgical tech or something that has to be like in the hospital and you have to be like hands-on, like blood, and I like seeing all that stuff. So I want to accomplish that one day, but medical assistant will be another accomplishment for me. How old are you and where are you from? I am 21 years old and I am from Phoenix, Arizona. What's your current obsession? My current obsession is chocolate. I love chocolate so much. I could eat a whole box in a day. I know that's really bad for you, but I love chocolate. Also, another obsession of mine, which is not a lot of you guys know this, I am a geek. Like, I love comics. I love DC comics. I like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, anything that has to do with geek stuff. I like anime, some anime. I like Star Wars. I like anything that's geek related. I love. So one of the obsessions I've been having is collecting collectibles. I like collecting Funko Pops. I like collecting comic books. I like collecting anything that has to do with Wonder Woman, Superman. I have a big collection of them. Like, you guys might think I'm crazy if you guys see my shelves are full of collectibles. But I like going to like Goodwills and finding toys, like in the toy section, and finding like old Superman toys, like little figures, and I like just collecting them and just placing them in my shelf. Knowing that I have them just makes me so happy. I know that's crazy, but those are two of my obsessions, so yeah. Who's your #1 favorite coworker? Some tea. No, I'm just kidding. I know they asked that because they want some tea. They want some tea. So I am not gonna answer that because I just don't like to choose favorites. I love all of my coworkers. Well, not all of them, but I'm just kidding. I like a lot of my coworkers. I'm just gonna say it's my boss because I mean she writes my check. You know, she pays me. You know, so that she's gonna be my favorite so far. Top 3 favorite superheroes and in what order? Obviously, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman from DC Comics. I like dipping my my fries in my ranch. Do you guys rather dip your fries in ranch or ketchup? I actually don't mind none of them too, but if ranch is there, I like dipping it in ranch. I'm going to get a mango habanero wing and eat that. What's your zodiac sign and what are your favorite zodiac signs? So my zodiac sign is, I've mentioned it already, Pisces. My favorite zodiac signs are Scorpio, Virgo. I like Libras. Sagittarius are really interesting and really adventurous, so I really like that about them. But I get along with a lot of zodiac signs. I don't really get along with Geminis. That's mostly the #1 sign I don't get along with. But I mean, so far the Geminis I've met, I've gotten along with. Who do you look up to? I really look up to, I would say, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would say this, I really look up to my mom. Just because she's been through a lot and she's struggled a lot and she's managed to, you know, stay positive and have faith. Honestly, she has so much faith. It's incredible. Like, sometimes I ask myself how she does it because she's always smiling. She's so positive. It's crazy. Like, my mom is the sweetest person ever, and I really look up to her because I've always wanted to have that mentality, and I hope that one day I'm able to. What's your most embarrassing story? It's really embarrassing. My brothers always laugh at me when I mention this story, or when they mention this story. They're like, remember when you, and they just start laughing. I'm just like, shut the heck up. I know, I remember. So it was back in the days when I was young. It was when I was like in it was probably like 6th grade. I would say like 7th grade, 8th grade, around there. We used to live in some trailers, and those trailers in the back had fences. So there was a fence, and my friend was over. And I remember when I was little, you know, I tried to show off, and even my brother said, you just try to show off. I was like, you're right. But I was trying to show off. That I could climb the fence. So I climbed the fence, and I think I was wearing some basketball shorts or something like that, I remember. And then I climbed the fence, and then when I was trying to get off the fence, I got stuck. So I ended up getting stuck. I guess the wire got my shorts. So I ended up getting stuck from my shorts, and I was just literally hanging from the fence. And I told my brother to not tell my mom because they're just gonna get mad at me. So I was hanging from the fence, and they were just laughing at me, and then just the thought of them laughing at me made me crack up, and we were just laughing until I couldn't hold it anymore. So I peed my pants while hanging on the fence. And it was so embarrassing because my friends were there, my brothers were there, and they were just laughing at me, and I was just so embarrassed. And it was funny at the same time, but I was just like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I don't even remember if my friend noticed that I peed on myself. Probably she did, because I know my brothers noticed that I peed on myself. Don't ever try to act cool in front of your friends because it goes wrong. What's your go-to foundation? So my go-to foundation is a Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and they do sell it in Sephora and Ulta. But that's my favorite go-to foundation so far that I like for my skin, because it's not too oily, not too matte. It's just perfect. It makes my face very smooth. How did you get into liking makeup? By just watching YouTubers do their makeup. I remember when I was in high school, it was barely not so long ago that I learned how to do makeup, and that I got into makeup. I would say like right after high school, I started, I think I had like a 1-year break when I didn't go to school. So I was bored, you know, at home. And I think I had already started my job. So when I had my spare time, I would just practice doing my makeup. And that's how I learned to do makeup. Just by practicing, watching videos. That's how I learned, and that's how I got into makeup. If your house was on fire and you could only say 5 things, including your husband and dog, what would it be? So it would be my dog, my puppy Yoda, my husband. I would also save any important documents like my social security, diplomas, my birth certificate, any pictures that we have, any memories. I would save pictures, and then I would save my nerd collection. So every collection that I have, my shelf full of collectibles, I would save that as well, because you never know if they're worth a lot of money in the future. So yeah, those are 5 things that I would say. What is the best advice you've ever received, or that anybody's ever given to you? The best advice that I've been given to is to not care, to just not care what other people think. Just do you, focus on yourself, and do not care what others think, because that's something that I've always struggled with, just wanting people to like me, wanting people to like not judge me. So I've just learned to not try not to care. I mean, that's the best advice that I've been given to, and I will, like, I need to keep on, you know, following that advice, because it's actually very good advice for me due to me caring about what other people think. What is one thing you like about your job and one thing you hate about it? Let's just say one thing that I hate about my job is not hate, but it sucks. I get very attached to a lot of my patients, and that is bad. That is really bad, because you take their problems to your, like, well, I take their problems with me at home. I even end up dreaming about it and not even sleeping well. It's crazy. So that's one thing I don't like about it, and one thing I need to learn to stop doing. One thing I really love about it is just seeing the patients' faces when you help them. It's just very rewarding for me. I'm a medical assistant, by the way, so even if you just like help them for them to get their medication at the pharmacy or something, and they're very grateful with you, that's just one thing I love. I love it. Like, when they tell me, like, thank you so much. Have you ever betrayed a friend? And if so, what was the betrayal? I thought about this question so much, because I was just like, have I betrayed a friend? Have I even betrayed a friend? Honestly, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Gabby, but I never betrayed a friend. Like, I care too much to betray others. Like, I feel like it would be so hard for me to betray. What is the best lip liner for red or burgundy lips? The best lip liners that I know from the drugstore is the L'Oreal lip liners, or even the Jordana lip liners. Those are very creamy. But yeah, those are really good, affordable lip liners if you're looking for some. How does it feel being a young married couple? I actually really like it. And in the beginning it was a little hard because we had to get used to each other. We think of hopefully traveling, and that's one of the things we really want to do. We've learned so much, like, throughout being married. Like, we've seen other couples and we're just like, oh, like, we went through a lot as a boyfriend and girlfriend, and now that we're married, we're mature. Like, we're very mature. We've learned to trust each other, you know, communicate. That's one of the main things that we've learned to do, and I honestly really like being married. It's one of the blessings that I've had in my life, and I hope that our marriage lasts, and I hope God blesses us with many more years of marriage. But yeah, that's the questions that you guys asked. Another question that I have is, what is the best foundation for oily skin? That I know of, there's Maybelline foundation, the new one. It's in a pump and it has a white cap. That one's really good for oily skin, and it's also full coverage. So if you like full coverage, it's a very good foundation. If you have oily skin and even if foundations are not working for you, like that are meant for oily skin, I recommend for you to use a primer that's a mattifying primer, the Becca Perfector primer. That one really mattifies your skin, like really mattifies it. Like, it keeps your foundation locked in and keeps it matte for the whole day. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I'm very full. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a like, and also leave suggestions down below. I already said it, but leave suggestions, and I will do the videos. Just let me know. Thank you guys so much for your questions. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. I hope you guys got to know me a little bit more. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.